Welcome to Spoiler Piece Theater, the podcast that doesn't give a shit about spoilers. We just want to talk about the movies. My name is Dave Riedel. My pronouns are he, him. I write about movies and other stuff, and I'm a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association.
And my name is Megan Kearns. My pronouns are she, her. I write film reviews for In Session Film. I'm a co-host of the Slashers podcast. I, too, am a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association and a member of Gallica, the Society of LGBTQ Entertainment Critics.
Indeed. And this week, Evan is not on the show. So lately we've been doing the duos when one of us is gone. In one case, a solo when two of us were gone.
Yeah.
That was Megan first. And
that was
I think
Trixie.
Only on the show. This week, though, we thought, let's get somebody else in here to round out the trilogy. And our old friend, which is to say not old in real life, but we've known her a while. Our old friend, the Lady Juan, is here to join us. Hello, Juan.
Yay!
Hi. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. Tell everybody about what you do when you're not on Spoiler Piece.
Oh, nothing at all. Absolutely nothing.
There you go.
Yeah, you will find some of my past work on the Screen Run podcast. We're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but I did just message Chris earlier tonight to be like, hey, friend. How's it going?
Very good.
So watch for us coming back. But we've got we talk about movies season by season, different genre each season. We've done the films of Kevin Smith, the films of John Carpenter, all the Alien movies, the Body Snatchers movies. I feel like there's another one in there that I forgot about. But yeah, that's what's out there. I like to also talk about movies.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that I like about Screen Run is the name of your website is one of my favorite website names ever.
It is screenrun.fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It sure as hell is.
Screen Run is fun, so it's a perfect website.
Yeah. Okay.
Honestly, the .fun I think is my number one contribution to the show. Is I was like, what if we did .fun?
Yeah, it's a good choice. It's a good choice because I always think of it whenever I think of your show. So,
Aww.
So this week on the show, we got a couple movies we're going to talk about. Before we do that, I wanted to mention, because I just got the 4K, I suggested to Megan and then Juan that we watch, I was going to say Wes Carpenter. That's like, because you said John Carpenter. Wes Craven's 1977 exploitation flick, The Hills Have Eyes. And boy. So that is a movie, everybody. And we talked the shit out of it, and we had a lot of fun doing it. And you will find that over on our Patreon. It's $5 a month to get a bonus episode each week and to vote in polls to tell us what to watch once a month. And it's a joy. And if you're not doing it, think about doing it. So before we start the show, I also wanted to thank since we're talking about Patreon, I want to thank our sponsor piece, Patreon, Heather Sachs. Thank you, Heather.
Thanks, Heather.
Yay.
And on the show this week, we have two movies. We have Went Up That Hill, which is a ghost story kind of thing with Vicky Creeps and some dude who I guess was on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I've never seen this guy
Dacre
before.
Montgomery.
What?
Yeah, I've never watched Stranger Things. Sorry.
Well, I can't think of another thing he was in, but I'm certain they exist.
It's probably out there somewhere. And then the other movie we always watch. God, what the fuck, man? By the way, Juan has the best laugh in podcasting. The other movie we watched is Night Always Comes, which is a movie. And we will get to that. We're going to talk about Went Up That Hill first.
You keep saying that. I think it's just went up the hill.
You know why? It's because I watched so much.
Running up that hill?
I love a good Kate Bush album as much as the next guy.
Stranger Things.
It's in Stranger Things.
Yeah, I don't like Kate Bush. But
Mistake. She's great.
I watched so much David Letterman when I was a kid that I insert unnecessary that's, does, whatevers into things. So Went Up That Hill do you like?
It just sounds like more exciting than Went Up the Hill.
Yeah.
Like Went Up That Hill. Like feels like there's more oomph to it.
Yeah. Went up that hill. We're going to take that hill. Hill number 273. Okay. Everybody today is, if you listen to the Patreon episode, everybody sounds like that over there too, that I impersonate today. So we're going to start with Went Up the Hill. Went Up the Hill. This is directed by Samuel Van Grinsven. It's written by Jory or Yori, Honest, and Sammy Van Grinsven. It stars Dacre Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Dacre?
Yes.
Hansel? That's a Bugs Bunny cartoon. Dacre Montgomery, Vicky Creeps, and Joel Tobeck. Here's your 1-sentence IMDb summary. 2-sentence IMDb summary. Jill ventures to remote New Zealand for the funeral of his... I said Jill. Jack ventures to remote New Zealand for the funeral of his estranged mother and meets her widow, Jill. Coing! But his mother's spirit returns to inhabit each of their bodies, instigating a life-threatening 3-way nocturnal dance. I mean, that makes it sound more romantic than it is. Because what you have here, folks, is they're being haunted by the ghost of an abuser. Spoiler. Of a psycho fucking abuser who also apparently self-harmed. I mean, I don't want to say it was all outward. But yeah, so you got this movie, you got Dacre Montgomery, good-looking guy, young man, comes into this very it's not septic, but it's a sterile environment. It's a very contemporary design house. You got the fucking walnut wood paneling and the concrete floors, and it's a funeral, so everyone's wearing the dark clothes. See, everyone's wearing the dark clothes, Juan. That's the David Letterman effect. Everyone's wearing the dark clothes. They went up that hill, and he's there. This woman who's died is, like we said, his birth mother. He was sent away to foster homes when he was young, and there's this woman standing next to him. She's like, "Hey, how did you know the deceased?" And he's like, "I didn't." And she's like, "Eh?" And he says, "No, Jill called me and told me to come." And Jill is Vicky Creeps, and the woman goes back there and is like, "What the fuck? Who's this guy?" And it turns out this is, what's the dead woman's name?
Elizabeth.
Oh, there you go. I was like, just bad mommy.
Yeah, bad mommy. Elizabeth is...
Well, Jill first says she doesn't. She's like, I didn't call him. I don't know.
Right. Well, I'm getting to that. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Jill's like, no, I didn't call him. I don't know who the fuck this is. And he's like, no, you did. Don't you remember you called me last? He says that to her later. He's like, don't you remember you called me last night? And she immediately is like, I just snapped my fingers. That's what that noise was. She immediately is like, you know what? Why don't you should stay here. And she doesn't say that's weird or no, I didn't call you or whatever. And those of us who have seen 8 million movies would be like, boy, she came around to that rather quickly, didn't she?
She sure did.
And it turns out it's because Elizabeth, who drowned herself in the nearby river lake ? I think it's a lake. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because it's like not really running water, is it? So Elizabeth, as Jill says, like, well, we went to look for her when we knew she fell in. We couldn't find her, but then when we found her, we found she'd put rocks in her pockets, and so Elizabeth had unalived herself because apparently she had some kind of chronic pain, or maybe it was mental pain. I don't know. I get the feeling based on the ghost's actions, it might have been all psychological, but anyway, so Jill says, yeah, Jack, you come, you just stay here. And it turns out Elizabeth is inhabiting Jill's body every night and being like, yo, what up? I'm here and everything still sucks. And you should die and come stay with me in the afterlife because I'm alone. And that's why I invited Jack, so that I'll have a physical body to come with, that you'll have a physical body to join me with. And so the whole movie is them at first sort of being like, oh, we can get some answers from Elizabeth and shit. And then it slowly comes to pass. Like on the second or third morning, I don't remember, after they've had way too intimate a moment that you can't give consent to when you're being inhabited by a ghost. Jack sees that Jill has like bruises in the shapes of fingers on her wrists. And he's like,
her back too.
And her back. That's right. Oh, you see that when she's in the shower. That's right. And he's like, what the fuck is this? And so after however long that takes, and it turns out that Elizabeth can inhabit Jack also. At some point she says to Jack, I would let her hurt me so she wouldn't hurt herself. And I'm just like, well, this is the most fucked up fucking codependent relationship I've ever heard of. I mean, this is new heights of things that I don't understand. So, and I don't understand a lot of things, people. So then it becomes like a power struggle between Elizabeth's ghost, because Jack and Jill decide, well, we're not going to let her carry us off into the afterlife, or inhabit Jack and kill Jill so that she can be with Jill's soul in the afterlife. By the way, I mean, you have to assume that this is all actually happening, because two people I don't think can have the same hallucination, right? I mean, that's, you can sort of trip balls in the same sort of general area, but we're not like, our hands aren't dissolving in front of us the same way, right? I mean, so this is actually happening, is what I'm saying. It's a long way of coming around to that.
Presumably.
Would you both agree? Yeah.
I mean, watching it, I believe it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they certainly believe it's happening.
Yes,
Yeah.
they both do.
So
they immediately accept that this is what's happening.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
Yeah, it is strange that
yes.
not one of them is like, wait, that's not real. Like, this is ridiculous.
One of them's not like, I don't believe in ghosts. And then the movie ends.
Right.
No,
or tries to leave and then gets possessed or something. Yeah.
It's interesting that the first experience each of them has talking to Elizabeth through the other person, they just like just upon like the first sentence, they're like, "Oh, it is you. Oh, okay.
Right.
Dead wife, dead mommy. Please talk to me." Like,
even though he didn't know his mother.
Right. I was just gonna say he's never met her, so why?
Right.
He
so
would have
I don't know how he's like,
know.
well, this is obviously her,
right?
The ghost of the mother I don't know, instead of a woman I don't know. But he can tell the difference between these women he has no relationships with.
Right.
But sure, he's going through it. So okay, Jack.
There you go. There's your excuse. I have to say, too, I was distracted by the fact that their fucking names are Jack and Jill. It was distracting to me because it's stupid. I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
But it's stupid.
Jack and Jill went up the hill.
Yeah. It is stupid, but more than it is stupid, I felt stupid because it took me until 14 minutes into the movie to go, wait! Their names are Jack and Jill. And I was like, oh, the name of this fucking movie is Went Up the Hill. What? Because I didn't read the log line before watching it. I was like, I will gather what's happening. And then, so I didn't see the names written out. Yeah, I had to pause it to be like, wait, how long did this take me? 14 minutes.
Well,
do you want to feel better? I just realized.
Did you not get it till just now?
30 seconds ago. Yeah, when I said the Went Up the Hill.
It makes me feel so much better.
Because I never read, I almost never read the log lines beforehand.
I don't want to read them. Yeah.
Right. I like to read them after the fact. And like, I read Jack and I'm like, okay, Dacre Montgomery's Jack. And I'm like, Vicky Creeps is Jill. But for some reason, I didn't put it together until Dave's saying Jack and Jill. I'm like, well, yeah, Went Up the hill.
They went
oh
up
my
the
God.
Because then I'm watching it and I'm like, my notes are like, is Jack going to fall down and break his crown? Is Jill going to come tumbling after? Like, those are my notes. Like, genuinely,
they kind of do.
It doesn't not happen.
Right.
Right.
Well, and here's the other thing. So I wasn't immediately like, oh, like I was watching the movie. I knew it was called Went Up the Hill, or maybe because I thought it was called Went Up That Hill. I was just like, and then I was like, wait a minute, his name's Jack. And then his name's Jack. I was like, oh, her name's Jill. Mm-hmm. What? And then that went on. I was like, Jack and Jill went up the hill. Oh, so that's what I did.
I assume we blame the book for this, right? Like, because this is based on
based on a book that apparently is amazing. If we're all, I don't know. Yes, it's based on a book.
Yeah. So it's the book's fault.
Or they could have changed it.
They could have.
Yeah. Film adaptations do make changes.
The title of the movie doesn't actually do anything except for complete the character names in a rhyme, in a nursery rhyme. Like,
right.
Because I don't think that describes the journey of this film or the experience the characters have. It's like, went out to the frozen lake. Like, that's where they went. They didn't go up the hill. Like, I don't.
The lake is their hill, I guess.
Yeah, or the trauma.
I see a hill.
Is the emotional hill? I don't know.
I'm not sure it sticks the landing on the on the noseness of a nursery rhyme. So maybe if you're not gonna commit to that, then just have them be called whatever. Like,
yeah,
it did get distracting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And every time one of them mentioned the other one's name, and they mention each other's names a lot.
They do say it a lot. Yeah.
You know, at least in Saving Private Ryan, they only say Saving Private Ryan once, you know? But this, it's just like Jack, Jill, Jack, Jill, Jack, Jill. And so I'm watching this and I'm just like, okay. And I didn't love this. I didn't hate it. I thought it was pretty stupid. But here's the thing. It's like, it's 90 minutes of them. I can sort of see, I mean, it's kind of interesting, the whole coming to grips and then realizing it's a slow burn. I mean, you have clues right from the jump that Elizabeth was bad news. But then it really becomes, I mean, Dacre Montgomery, I don't think is a big dude, but he's bigger than Vicky Krieps. So when he gets physical with her, when he starts, you see him grabbing her wrist, I was like, this is ugly. And there's really no mistaking what we've gotten into now. And so then you spend the rest of the movie with them not arguing with existential questions or things like, well, I guess technically they are existential because it does involve their existence, but them trying to figure out how they are going to escape the ghost and keep their own bodies, because each time they fall asleep, the ghost can inhabit one of them. And it comes to the point where it happens so frequently that they can just sort of, the ghost just like leaves one of them and they pass out.
Flips to the other. Yeah.
So it seemed to me like pretty simple. Like just don't stay together. Just don't stay in the same house and be asleep, because the person that she's always trying to get to is the other one of them. So if you simply weren't near each other, I feel like this problem would have been resolved.
Well, and I think that the movie thinks that too, because they, the ghost keeps saying he's going to leave.
Yeah, don't let him leave.
And I'm going to be stuck,
Right.
Megan, you were going to say something, I think.
Yes, I absolutely think that would have solved the problem. However, I think the other element to this is that not only is Jill codependent with Elizabeth, Jill and Jack become extremely codependent, and in a negative way, but also in the positive way of that they don't want to leave the other with Elizabeth's ghost. So I think there is an element of wanting to protect the other, and if they just separate, then one of them is just on their own, stuck with her. So I think there's possibly that element to it too, which is complicating it, of just, I'm going to leave. Goodbye.
Does that mean that anybody you ever slept in a hotel room with might wake up as Elizabeth? Because Jack has a partner.
Yes, he does.
Who does leave him partway through the movie, it sounds like. But, what if Jack goes home and is like, ooh, escape my mother?
Oh. Well, I don't think so, because I think if we're following the logic rules of this movie, which you can argue whether, it's really, they are effective or logical. But I think it's the fact that she has a hold on both of them, an emotional grip, because Jill hasn't let go of her grief and still wants to be with Elizabeth, and Jack has never fully remembered his repressed traumatic childhood memories. So I think because of that, she still has a tether to both of them. So I don't know if she could just go around and inhabit any old stranger.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she was bopping into Helen at any point.
No, she wasn't.
And she obviously has a long, complicated relationship with her sister, who is just at the hotel in town.
Right,
and
right.
That's not happening. It's just Jack and Jill that it's happening to.
It's just Jack and Jill who went up the hill.
Yeah.
To fetch a frozen container of water in the form of a lake in the winter.
Again, in my notes, she drowned herself, ? To fetch a pail of water, ? Like, I was really trying to make all of this fit with the nursery rhyme. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't think it's happening. But
yeah, I also don't quite understand or think that this movie earns its "they escaped her" ending. I feel like it should have ended like The Beyond.
I don't know how The Beyond ends.
Oh, well, it's spoiler piece, but I'm not going to spoil it for you because it's one of the great Jallos. So, it's not a slasher though, so you wouldn't have watched it for the slashers, I don't think.
I haven't, but that doesn't mean I don't watch Giallo. So.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that like recently you wouldn't have watched it
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
know
yeah.
you're recording a new series right now.
Yes,
So
yes, that is true. Very true.
yeah. So have you seen that, Juan?
I have not.
Okay. Should I tell you how it ends? I don't know. The
Mm,
two
I can
main
take my headphones
characters.
off. I'll take them off.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll listen.
Okay, the two main characters are I can't remember exactly how this happens, but basically they end up, I think, in a hotel where the gate of hell is like the hotel's built over the gate of hell. And they end up in purgatory at the end of the movie, and it ends with them in purgatory. And I kind of felt like this would have been perfect had they thought, oh, we escaped her, but no, we're in the frozen hellscape that was her death, and we're just here now.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I that feels like an improvement.
It would have redeemed things for me. I mean, I think this is an unearned happy ending because 2 minutes earlier, Jill is trying to drown Jack because Jack is trying to drown her because Jack is inhabited by Elizabeth. And then when Vicky creeps as Jill pushes Jack under the water, this time Elizabeth doesn't inhabit her when she escapes Jack's body. So, and then it's over.
Yeah. I did struggle a bit with what the rules were and why things were happening. And then at some point, I think I was adding more to it where I was like, wait, did she drug him? Did she put something in the tea to make him fall asleep so that he'll like, I was looking for more sinister behavior from Jack and Jill when they were both just like having ghost wife issues. And I just kept waiting for more malice that I wasn't getting. It was just like two victims. I was waiting for one of them to turn on the other.
Right, but they're not. It's always Elizabeth.
No. She's the only baddie.
What if there were like a metaphor for, hey, being around this person or being connected to this person just makes me evil too in her house? Like, why not that?
Yeah, I mean,
There's no ghost?
Not. Oh, you mean taking out the ghost?
Yes, take out the ghost.
See,
Yeah.
but the ghost makes it more tangible. I don't know. I mean,
Sort of. I mean, it also makes it more ethereal.
makes it tangible and ethereal simultaneously.
We live in irony here in Spoiler Piece Theater. Megan, where do you come down? What do you think? What are your thoughts on Went Up the Hill?
So I actually liked this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I did. I liked this.
That's fine.
I think that thank you. Yeah. I think there are issues with it. And my big issue is what we already talked. Well, obviously Jack and Jill, it's dumb. But what we already talked about as far as they're way too trusting immediately, especially Jack. Like Jack doesn't know any of these people. He has no history, no relationship. It's absurd. There's no even if he did have history, there should be a skeptic. There's no reason that a person just coming in off the street would be like, oh, yeah, okay, you're the ghost of my dead mom who I didn't even know and gave me up when I was 4. Like, it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Having said that, after that point, I did actually really like this. I think the cinematography is haunting and chilling. It feels so isolationist in this New Zealand and this New Zealand island, this New Zealand environment. I was going to say this island in New Zealand, but New Zealand is an island. Anyway, I digress. But the landscape is very, very barren in many ways.
It's
like
stark.
Yes, thank you. When Jack is in the kind of wheat fields, it feels like he's being swallowed by the land. The score is extremely haunting. The composer works a lot with Terrence Malick, and I think this score is just extremely eerie, and especially during the most uncomfortable sex scene I've ever seen, the sex scene between possessed Jack and Jill. It's so disturbing. And to the film's credit, when they wake up in the morning, Jack is disgusted and horrified, rightfully so, because he's been violated. And it's just so horrific. And So that is so uncomfortable. And the fact that it's like a stark black background, kind of under the skin-esque, and you have this discordant film score happening, it's so awful and so maybe so queasy watching it that kind of set the stage for my entire watching for the rest of the film. And I will say, I think I find possession films really fascinating, especially because they so often are women being possessed. So to have a man also possessed and this malevolent ghost is possessing both of them and body swapping, I think is really clever. It's a clever premise and an interesting way to explore trauma and abuse. I will say, I do think the film makes some interesting observations on cycles of abuse and what abuse looks like, and especially amongst queer couples. And it's so disturbing and nauseating, but in a, for me, fascinating way. So I think this has some problems. I don't think it all comes together, but this was such an kind of an emotional, visceral reaction for me that I appreciated the film despite its flaws.
Interesting. Juan, let's bring it back and around to you. That was a sentence that you knew what I meant, even though it didn't come out right.
I got it. I liked things about this. I liked the way it was shot. I liked like the details to it, like the ink around Jack's fingernails. Like it's just like such a subtle detail to show like he's an artist and he finds his art. Like his mother has purchased his art at some point. Like, oh, weird, mommy. Okay. So I liked a lot of things about it. It was like cold and dark and like very eerie. And I liked that. I just like really just struggled with like how, I said it before, but like just how stark everything was, because it made it really kind of difficult for me to like attach to the story in a way where I could like have an understanding of anything other than like, she was horrible. Why don't you just leave? Like I was just like so immediately done with her. I found nothing that would, and I know it's like complicated. She was an abusive person, but like even when I was watching it, and like that was something that Jill says to him is like at one point she says something about how she was loving in a certain way, and I was just like, I am not getting that. I am only getting, even like when she's like possessing each of them and she's trying to be loving towards that person, it only comes off to me as ghost mommy or ghost wife is being selfish and self-serving, because even though she's like, I had to take care of my wife. No, you didn't do that for her. You did that for you. So like I didn't find anything in it where I could see the pull to them. So I just kept getting stuck in like, this is bad, you should get out. And like I wanted to be kind of more stuck in with like feeling for them and the grieving and the wanting answers and wanting a connection. I was just mostly like, well, this woman was obviously the worst. I don't know why you're hanging out. Oh, but that's a personal situation.
And you mean post-death in the sense that they could just pick up and go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like I understand that Jill was in a very difficult relationship and the death of that person is still going to leave her with all of these issues. I just couldn't then understand why she's talking about her like, oh, well, she was still loving in a certain way. And I'm like, she's literally trying to kill you still. Like, I don't see it. So that's just where they didn't convince me. So I was struggling with that, but I can see what it was going for. It just didn't hit me all the way.
Okay.
That's very accurate, though, for abusive relationships. I can say that. It's very, very accurate for the person in the abusive relationship to be like, no, but you don't understand. They're very loving. They're very charming. They're very kind. They're going through a tough time. And so to me, that resonated really accurate, like scarily accurate. That like she is, from the outside, you'd be like, what are you doing? That's crazy. Yeah. But when you're in it, it's like, no. There's so many layers to it and so many complications and your lives are so intertwined. So to me, I'm like, oh, I get what this movie's doing. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see why it doesn't, you know, like I can see why it like is not resonating with you.
Yeah. It felt like I could understand Jill's position far more than I could understand what was keeping Jack there.
That is a great point.
Because for Jill, like it feels like she's kind of almost contemplating, like, should I go with her? Like, wait, is this? I don't know, but like, I couldn't see what was keeping Jack in that house.
Unless
I think at one point it's supposed to be that he sees his paintings there and like, oh, my mom did like. I think that's supposed to be like that moment where you go, oh, like that's why. But it didn't. Yeah. It didn't hit for me the way I think it should have.
Yeah, especially when they come back to the scalding hot shower a couple of different times, which he clearly starts to remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the full memory comes back later.
Oh.
And that kid, by 4 years old, you have a couple of core memories at 4. And if one of them is scalding hot shower, you're probably going to remember that.
I'm going to push back on that. Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Yeah. Not necessarily.
If something
I could see
is that
would
traumatic,
be completely suppressed until everything else is coming back. I don't think that he remembered that until he was back in that house.
Right.
Which again to me is like, run, Jack. Like I could just never. It just personally, like I said, it didn't get to me to any point where I could see Jack wanting to continue his journey towards closure. Like, you're in the bath and mommy's pushing your head under the water. I don't think you should stay anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And now I fall somewhere. I mean, I didn't love this like at all, but I appreciated the photography. I appreciated the production design, the costume design. The production design is like superior.
It really is.
And I agree with you, Juan, that it's stark. And I think that it uses its to the film's advantages. Everything is so stark. You don't have to, like, once you've noticed how beautiful everything is, this shot is very nice. And now you have no choice but to focus on these two assholes. So, pardon me, it's the technical term. And I also appreciated like the kind of slow burn of it. But you find out pretty quickly how awful Elizabeth was. And that did, just for the simple fact of, I understand why Jill would maybe feel like she couldn't leave, or why she even may feel like she had to walk into the lake. But I still do. Now, I'm not a person who was like given up for adoption and raised in foster homes at a young age. So I don't know what that sort of, it's such a unique thing. Who knows what that would actually be? And I'm sure everybody's different, right? Some people would probably be like, fuck it, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, bitch, fucking grab my wrists. No, thank you. And then some other people would be like, no, but I gotta know. So who knows? Ultimately, it didn't work for me. The happy ending, it's like it came from a different movie. I know that they're like wandering off into the frozen wheat field. So maybe they're dead and they're wandering off as ghosts into a frozen wheat field.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how happy that ending is.
Well, happy in the sense that neither of them is possessed anymore.
Or dead. Maybe.
Yeah, it seems like the threat of Elizabeth is over.
Right.
But they're both stumbling away like they're destroyed. So.
Oh, sure. No, I'm not saying they're not going to wake up every morning at 2:13 freaking the fuck out. I'm just saying,
Yeah. I don't know. I just hope Jack and Ben get back together because,
let's hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope he has he goes home and like things work out. Okay. I mean, you shouldn't break up with your boyfriend while he's at his estranged mother's funeral. Like, that's just really harsh. Like, at least hear him out when he comes back.
I know, right?
Just like, he's going through a lot right now. Like, you really can't be mad at him right now. You should just wait and see what happens.
Just wait a few weeks.
Yeah. You can't do it right after the diagnosis. You got to take care of him for 6 weeks and then be like, it's so hard, So, okay. Do we have any more closing thoughts on Went Up the Hill?
Yes.
Okay. Lay it on me.
We talked about the cinematography being stunning. On top of that underwater scene when Jack falls in and Jill goes after is...
Jill goes after.
She does. She plunges in after him. It's gorgeous. It is up there with the underwater scene of Night of the Hunter. It's fantastic.
Okay.
It is pretty good.
Fair criticism. Okay, gang. Well, then let's move on to our final film of the night. And I'm going to get the title of this one correct. This is Night Always Comes. Thank you. I got it.
Yay. Good job.
Only took me a whole show. So this is written by Benjamin Karen. This is written by Sarah Conrad with from the novel by Willie Vlotine. I don't know. This stars Vanessa Kirby and Jennifer Jason Leigh. And here is your one-sentence IMDb logline. Risking everything to secure a future for herself and her brother, Lynette sets out on a dangerous odyssey, confronting her own dark past over the course of one propulsive night. Now, we already know how much Juan loves movies that take place over roughly a 24-hour span, especially if no one has slept.
Yes.
But I gotta say, this movie is a well-acted, well-directed, well-produced piece of shit. So,
Yikes. Wow.
yeah. It's kind of like how I feel about Tusk by Fleetwood Mac. So,
Listen, that's a great album.
well played, well executed, well produced piece of fucking garbage. So,
Nope.
Rumors in the Fleetwood Mac album, I'm all on board.
Oh, those are the two best.
Tusk.
That doesn't mean Tusk sucks. It doesn't. Well, for you it does. For me it does
Tusk
not.
is
It's
bad.
great.
Tusk
No
is
way.
not
Tusk is
enjoyable.
amazing. Different strokes for different folks, clearly.
Okay.
Because I enjoy the shit out of it.
All right. You can listen to the UCLA marching band on Tusk. That's fine. I'm going to give you the kind of the 10-cent tour on this one, which is that Vanessa Kirby is a former fuck up, although not really. I mean, it sounds like she had some pretty serious fucking trauma that led her to the choices that she made. And they're just sort of dismissed outright by fucking JJL, who is way too good at playing assholes like this.
Mean mommy.
What's that?
Mean
Another
mommy.
mean mommy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
That's the theme of
More
the night.
mean mommies.
this movie just has all of my least favorite tropes strung together in the first 30 minutes. And it made me, and even though it becomes quite watchable, I fucking hated it. And I mean, you've got the irresponsible mother who's just a fucking bitch. You've got the special needs brother. You've got all the million radio stories and news stories about the fucking state of the economy, as if we're all not still living in it.
It's still happening.
I mean, and then you've got the whole like, oh, I have to resort to I've got the fucking asshole who's paying me for sex. Like, by the way, Randall Park plays a better creep than I knew he could.
Yes, he does.
Jesus.
That was
Wow.
jarring.
I know. I was like,
it was great.
like the moment he shows up, I mean, she's like, oh, Randall Park. But the moment I saw him, I was like, oh, Randall Park.
The minute he
Oh,
snaps
he
at
was
the
so
bartender.
snaps at the
when he snaps at
bartender.
the bartender, I'm like, this guy's a scumbag.
Yep.
Immediately
That's what we're
trouble.
in for. Yes.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, oh, everything has gone to shit. And my mother blew $25,000 on a new car.
On a
And
Mazda.
I can't believe that it didn't occur to Vanessa Kirby, who's obviously quite bright. Wait a minute. The loan was for $25,000 and my mom just spent $25,000. Are those two things connected? But no, we have to wait for mom to fucking spell it out for her at the end of the movie and just like fucking fuck off. And also, Eli Roth got old. I mean, wow.
That's what happens.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It happens to
And
all
it's
of
just
us.
all so
Yeah.
predictable. It's all so fucking just surface level fucking nonsense. I hated it. Anyway, Megan.
No, Lady Juan should go first because I
Wait,
went first
Juan,
last
our
time.
guest should go first? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I don't feel like I am not as upset by this movie as I think you are, but I also still agree with some of the things you said because I mean, I wrote down, I know I don't have cable, but the TV has never casually underscored whatever is going on in my life before, and it seems to always be happening in movies.
Yeah.
Like I just like I know I don't just put on cable. Like I don't have cable, so I've got to like choose programming. But like I absolutely hate it when that is happening. When it's just like, but then to your point, like it continues. Like it's happening as like the opening scene kind of sets up, and then she gets in her car to go, and then the radio is also talking about the economy, and even poor people hate poor people. And I'm like, okay, I think we got it. Like you don't need to keep drilling it into us. And then she's like out on the street, and then she sees people like sleeping on the street, and it's like, yes, no, we are aware of the threat of homelessness. Like we've got it. So there are some things that are just like, I don't know, like it was a little forceful, but also like I can't not watch Vanessa Kirby.
Oh, she's
so like
stunning.
I will watch her just continue to make horrible choices upon horrible choices. And that's actually when you were saying her character is a former fuck up, and then like you continued him, and I'm like waiting for you to be like, well, not a former fuck up, an active fuck up. Like she spends the whole movie fucking up. So the idea that she like her mom is mad at her because she's this former fuck up is like everything she did in response to this predicament was a fuck up.
Right.
So I think she is still that, not without reason, but she still is that person who makes terrible choices. Like her mommy is mean, but her mommy is not wrong.
I don't know.
I think her mommy's definitely wrong.
I think she behaves wrong. I don't think she's wrong when she tells her like, listen, everything that you're going about is, like you say you love Kenny. Where the fuck did you take Kenny tonight? Because like you can see it from her point that she's like, I was just trying to keep him safe. Well, you don't keep him safe to bringing him by bringing him to Eli Roth's house to go sell some coke. Like that is not how you keep him safe. So I don't think the behavior of going to Mazda Mania when you're trying to keep a roof over your head, when like clearly you've had a plan all along that you were going to take Kenny with you and go move in with the aunt, and you were just going to leave Lynette. Like bad mommy. Yes, bad mommy. But all the stuff she's saying about how Lynette responds to the obstacles she's facing, she didn't make any good choices.
I'm not sure she had any good choices to make, which I think is sort of the problem.
Yeah.
The problem
it's self-perpetuating.
Right, but that's the problem I have with the story. It's like this is, it's kind of like the difference between now The Godfather Part 3, or as we like to call it now, The Godfather Epilogue, The Death of Michael Corleone. It's not like that's a perfect movie, but in that you really do see the circumstances of every time I find a way out, they pull me back in.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is just like, this is all set up like fucking dominoes for her to take a shit on everything.
Oh, she can only double down.
Right. That's what I mean.
There is no.
This
there are plenty of times
screenplay does not allow for any sort of anything. Yeah.
The alternative is double down or stop, and the movie is not going to stop.
Well, sure.
That wouldn't make a movie. So she has to double down. There doesn't seem to be. Yeah, it all feels inevitable, but in a way that I'm watching it. I'm like, well, she has to. Well, she has to. Well, she has to. But then by the end of it, I'm like, all of these were bad choices. And like seeing Bad Mommy was just like, I don't know. But she does have a chunk of change at the end.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
I think she took her money with her. I think those were two different
she
letters.
Left some.
They were two different
right?
letters, yeah.
Yeah.
Was there money in one?
Maybe.
I think she left some.
I thought that was my impression too. I was like, did she actually leave some money for the fuck? I mean, fuck them. You like
That's
your mom's
what I'd say. Fuck
taking care of your brother. It's fine.
Well, she blew all her money on the Mazda.
I know.
Well, she's an idiot too. Like, I mean, if we're talking about Lynette's bad choices, Jennifer Jason Leigh's choices are also horrific.
All super, super bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just unapologetically shitty about it.
I think that's the thing. Like, if you don't want to live with your daughter anymore, and you don't want to make the deal of having the loan together to buy the shitty house that you hate, but your daughter for some reason loves, maybe for stability, whatever, then just tell her. Just tell her. Just say, this is not happening. Yeah. This is what's happening. We're moving in with Mona or whatever the other person who takes care of Kenny, whatever her name is. Just say that. I don't understand why we're finding this out at the 11th hour. Like, it makes no sense. It would have made sense if Lynette was maybe like in the throes of addiction or something. And I don't know, but that doesn't make sense. But everyone is making terrible choices in this movie. It's not just Lynette.
I wish the mom buying the Mazda instead of signing the loan had truly just been like a crazy impulse decision that day, because like that's the kind of chaos life we're living in, and not that it was like, this is the way I'll get out of having to live with my daughter. Like, what a fucking insane way of doing it.
That's
like,
so passive aggressive.
Crazy selfish mommy that I can follow so much more than like, I didn't want you to yell at me, so I bought a car instead.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
so
unhinged.
She would still yell at you. Like it doesn't.
And also,
it's crazy.
Have you forgotten who the parent is in this scenario? I mean, you can just fucking kick her out. She's an adult, you know?
Yeah.
The choices, you know, I can't remember which of our podcast friends said this, but somebody that we have all guested on their show said, I don't know who said this, like Netflix movies are now made for people who are either stupid or people who put movies on in the background while they're doing something else. Because everything in this movie, you said that?
I said that's Netflix's model is to have movies be dumbed down. They have told filmmakers to dumb down their movies, essentially. So maybe not in those exact words, but essentially simplify your plots, simplify your dialogue so people can put them on in the background and not have to pay too close attention and miss something.
That's how it feels like the TV and the radio broadcasts are on Netflix note of like, make sure people understand that the point of this movie is that it's hard out there. Poor people are poor and it's hard. Just in case they missed it, in case you didn't see the house they're living in the car she's driving. Poor people are poor and it's hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
In case you didn't know that the guy that the bartender friend of hers is not actually a friend and he's a bad guy, make sure that the guys she takes the safe to that are his pals are the worst two fucking people outside of, like, the guy's got face tattoos and he's not a musician. What are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
The other guy is looking at you like cockeyed with his jaw set like you're a piece of meat. At least you threw a pipe in the face and probably killed him. But
it did seem that way.
Yeah. I mean, he had the whole leg shake going on.
Yeah, he was gurgling.
It seemed like he's dead.
Yeah.
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 But who gives a shit? It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Well, some Netflix movies are great, like
some
Roma.
Are. But I mean, I think this is no shade on Vanessa Kirby because I know she's an Academy Award nominee and all that kind of shit. But a bigger star than Vanessa Kirby, you know, like if you had, I mean, who's a fucking huge star right now? We don't really have movie stars in the same.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, if it were Angelina Jolie, this movie wouldn't be this stupid. I don't think. Maybe it would be. But
I feel like there are a few tweaks here and there that would get me more on board with this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like the mom truly just being like an impulsive person who spent the money. Like,
absolutely.
I wish it was something better than Mazda Mania. Like, like I don't like, you know. I can't think of a good example, but while I was watching it, I was like, this is like the sad real life version of One of Them Days. Like, it's the Keke Palmer and SZA movie where like they have to get the money for rent, but oh no, the money's disappeared and now we got to go on some hijinks all day to go get it back. Like, but this is the sad real life version of like, you're about to lose your house. And then it just like, it goes and goes and goes. So I think there's just like a few things that don't sit quite right. And some of those are probably, like you said, like Netflix
dumbness,
catering to lowest common denominator of movie watcher, where you're just like, did you get it? Did you get it?
I know.
And it's like, yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
Right in the crotch. Because that's what I felt like after I watched this fucking thing. You know what, though? I am glad that I have watched enough Netflix movies to know that when it pops up on my screen, it says it's an hour and 51 minutes. I know it's actually only an hour and 40 minutes because there's 5-minute bits of credits. And then there's the 6 minutes of translation credits.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is not like horrible. I mean, it's horrible, but it looks pretty good.
It looks good.
It's well acted.
Oh, see,
yeah.
I don't think it is.
I think she's good.
I think she's really good.
No, I'm going to disagree wildly because I love Vanessa Kirby. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I love her in World to Come. I think she's great in Pieces of Woman. I think she has moments of greatness here. She does a thing in a lot of her movies, and I mean this in a good way, where when she's really upset and has an internal moment, she has a jaw issue. Like you can see her jaw click. And she does a thing with her lips when she's sitting with Randall Park that I love, where he's like, he's being a dick. He's not giving her money when she's asking for it. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. And it's brilliant. As the movie goes along, though, I didn't buy her performance. I'm like, this woman is not actually desperate. This woman has never actually been poor. Like, I just did not feel the performance. So it's not that it's a bad performance per se, because she's a great actor. I want to be very clear. But I didn't believe her performance. She didn't feel like this character to me. So since the movie is hinging on her performance, because we're with her the whole time, I'm like, but I feel like she's just a person pretending. I don't feel this the way I feel like Jennifer Jason Leigh is a creep in this movie. The way like Stephen James, who's brilliant in If Beale Street Can Talk, I feel like he didn't seem like a creep initially, but then he turns into a creep real quick, which was weird.
It felt so sudden that it didn't feel real.
Right, exactly.
Well, I thought that at first too, but he does that also. He does that when they first get up to Julia Fox's apartment. He's like, well, I said that I would come and look at the safe for $200. And then he just like stands there like an asshole. And she's like, all right, well, I'll give you more. He's like, okay.
I don't know. I think these are good actors, but I don't think they're believable in their turns. And I think part of it's a script problem. I think part of it's a direction problem. And I think part of it is maybe also an acting problem. It didn't feel believable to me. So
I feel like the only thing that didn't work for me with Vanessa Kirby is just her voice is just like too nice to like, the actual tone. Her voice is too smooth. That voice has not struggled.
Yes, there's no unhinged desperation. Like,
her hair has struggled. Her body has struggled. But that voice, that is silky smooth. So that voice has not struggled.
So what you're saying is she needs to be borderline dehydrated and smoke a pack of Lucky Strikes before each take.
I mean,
that's what Charlize Theron did for Monster.
It worked.
I feel like that was definitely something I kept noticing. Is just like how smooth her voice is. And that's also got to be a challenge for her to like maintain the accent.
Right.
So that is asking a lot, but like also it doesn't have to be her. You could cast somebody who sounds rougher, like, because she's doing everything she can physically, but the voice was very smooth throughout.
I had a different problem with her voice, and this I feel like happens to a lot of English men and women who act as Americans. Their voice gets unnaturally low.
Yeah, it was low and like
buttery,
rich.
silky smooth.
Like, I would never say that Hugh Laurie has like, a high tenor or anything like that. But when you watch him as House, he sounds like a dying frog. I mean, it's
it's he's down here.
Yeah.
And then when he's British is up here.
Yeah.
Like,
And I feel like she kind of has that too, Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
I think it is because she's trying to sound American, and it's bringing it all down, and then that's just emphasizing how silky smooth her voice is, and it doesn't sound like somebody who has struggled and seen some shit.
Right. Yeah. And that's my problem with the performance. Not so much that she's a bad actor. I will say though, when she kind of loses it momentarily with her mother, her voice does change. So kudos for that one moment. Not just that one, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this movie does too much hand holding.
Yes.
Trust your audience. Don't hold our hands.
I got to say, I'm not even sure why you need the brother as a character other than to pad out the running time.
I mean, he's a plot device.
Yeah.
Because he's her impetus for getting the money and being so invested in the house and not just taking off.
Being a street kid and having been sex trafficked and all that is not enough. You got to throw the brother in too. I mean, that's some lazy plotting. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. It just feels like a less complex, more dumbed down version of Good Time.
Oh,
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I can
which
see
I
that.
probably only thought of because Julia Fox showed up, and I was like, Julia Fox.
I know.
Safdies.
Listen,
Oh.
Julia Fox was great for her 5 minutes on
she's-
screen.
She's
yeah.
fantastic.
She's great. I
Yeah.
love her.
She nailed her role. But
She
but yeah,
did.
that's kind of by the end of it, I was like, okay, this feels like that movie, but sadder.
Right. I was thinking this was like the Marianne Cotillard film with the Dardenne brothers, 2 Days, One Night, where it's like she's going around trying to save her, like I think either her job or her husband's job, but there's like, it's like increasingly
Yes.
desperate. Yeah. And so I was thinking of that like while watching this, but again, I was like, oh, but that was much more subtle and there's more complexities, but yeah. So I think there could be a good movie here. And I have to say also, Benjamin Caron, who directed this, he directed, a few episodes. He's also directed the movie Sharper, but he directed a few episodes of Andor, and they were great episodes. So, but this didn't all come together.
All right.
Sadly.
Well, do we have closing thoughts on not Andor? When night.
I was like, ooh, let's talk
When
about
night comes-
Andor.
I almost
a
said
great
when
show.
night falls again. Do we have any final closing thoughts on Night Always Comes?
Why does she forget how to drive as soon as she's driving Randall Park's car?
Because she's so weirded out that she just stole a car.
Yeah, drive it like you stole it, but only temporarily. But she's been driving the whole time. And I was
Yeah.
like, why can't she drive anymore?
Also, she can't re-steal the car and take it to a chop shop, but she can run over a guy?
Right? Pretty quickly and easily. No hesitation.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very weird motivations.
Yeah.
Also, did we need to? She's had it tough. Did we need to also have her face her 16-year-old pimp lover abuser? Like what? Anyway,
And also,
Yeah.
the woman who was in the background was very young.
yes,
Yeah.
So he's still doing it despite what he says.
Yeah.
I know. He said, like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I don't do that
100%.
anymore." Michael Kelly, he always plays a good creep. Ugh.
Yep. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that was Spoiler Piece Theater. Let's recap. Win Up the Hill. Juan, would you recommend that?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that one's worth the watch just for the visuals.
Okay.
A rainy day, snuggle up on the couch, feel sad.
With your Boston Terrier. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Megan, what about you?
I would definitely recommend it.
Okay. Snuggle up with your black cat
Yeah.
that my parents used to own. I'm sorry if I gave away too much there. And I would say, I mean, this is we have a your mileage may vary on Spoiler Piece, and I'm going to throw it in that category, which you both kind of did. Or actually, sorry, Megan, yours was pretty unequivocal, but Juan, you kind of felt like you had your mileage may vary on it.
Yeah.
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 And I got to go with a fucking hard pass on Night Always Comes. Anybody else?
I think you can live without it.
Diplomatic.
I think there are better movies out there. I think each one of the actors in this has been in a much better movie. But like I think you had said, Dave, it's not the worst thing. It's not bad per se, but it is very frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't
mean,
think
when
you
you
need
see all-
that frustration in your life, but there are okay elements. And I will say the bar scene with Randall Park, both of them are top-notch acting.
And that is it's just an uncomfortable scene. So, yeah. God, his
And
character is just the
I know.
worst.
And Jennifer Jason Leigh, always a delight to see her.
I gotta
Even
say,
when
I
she's
think
a creep.
I think she's worn out her welcome for me on characters like this.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
All right. All right.
It is unpleasant to experience this movie. I'll say just because it's very stressful and people are mean and it's intense.
Yeah, that's all fair.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to.
I was stressed.
I was stressed with both of these. This is a stressful double feature.
Yeah, it was a lot. I'm tired.
I'm sorry.
This is a perfect opportunity to wrap things up, and everybody can go to bed with their respective animals. And I, of course, will go to bed with
Yay!
my golden crafty plushie, which Ted got for me.
Aw.
Yeah. Well, he's a sweetie. We accidentally ordered 3 golden crafty plushies, so now we all have one. Yeah.
Aww.
I don't know what a
ordering
golden
2.
crafty plushie is, but it sounds very cute.
I will tell you all about Crafty once we're off mic.
Excellent.
So anyway, that was Spoiler Piece Theater. Thank you so much, Juan, for being the Lady Juan, for being our guest this week.
Hey, the great Lady Juan.
Aww.
We want to we want to thank our editor, Otto Clamor. Otto, thank you so much. I'm going to get these tracks right to you.
Thanks, Otto.
Yeah. Our website is spoilerpiece.com. We are on social media at Spoiler Piece Theater on Facebook. We're Spoiler Piece pretty much everywhere else. Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. There's some Blue Sky crap after our Blue Sky name, but it's Spoiler Piece at the beginning. If you want to listen to us, we're everywhere you can get podcasts. If you want to rate and review us, that would be a delight. Please go to ratethispodcast.com/spoilerpiece, or you can do it directly on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you would like to get in touch with us, please send us an email, spoilerpiece@gmail.com. You can't call us anymore. We accidentally got rid of our phone number because I owed someone money. So anyway, if you really, really like the show, please consider joining our Patreon. This week, we talked about the 1977 Wes Craven film, The Hills Have Eyes, and the joy of Juan pointing out, why isn't the sequel called The Hills Have Two Eyes? Yeah. That's what you get over there, folks. And my name is Dave Riedel. Where am I from? I'm from some places. I have some social media. I'm a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association. Thank you.
And I'm Megan Kearns. I write for In Session Film. I'm a co-host of the Slashers podcast, a member of the Boston Online Film Critics Association, and a member of Gallica. You can follow me on Blue Sky and Twitter at Opinioness World, or on Instagram and Letterboxd at The Opinioness.
And Lady Juan, where can everybody find you?
Don't bother with me anywhere but on Letterboxd. Just the Lady Juan on Letterboxd. That's where I do all my best work.
Okay. Well, thanks again for joining us. It was a delight to have you. And
Yay! Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us. Thank you for being here.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.